Hi, so today we're going to learn about congruence and similarity. Some of the things that we're going to discuss are what is similarity of shapes, how to determine whether two shapes are similar or not, the tests and conditions of similarity, the difference between similarity and congruence, ratios and similar shapes, and some examples. What are similar figures? Two figures are said to be similar if they are the same shape. Moreover, their corresponding sides are in proportion and their angles are equal. The common ratio here is called as the scale factor, which is used to determine various values while we compare two figures. This is the symbol used to indicate similarity. The test of similarity of triangles or the conditions used to determine whether two figures are similar or not. The first one is AAA test, wherein all the three angles of two triangles are equal. The second one is SAS test, wherein two sides are in proportion and the angle between them is equal. The third one is SSS test, wherein all the three sides of two triangles are in proportion. The fourth one is right angle hypotenuse side RHS test, wherein two right angle triangles, the hypotenuse is in proportion. The scale factor. The scale factor describes the size of an enlargement or a reduction. It is the ratio of two corresponding sides of two similar figures. We use this to determine various values related to areas and volumes and perimeters. So length of A upon length of B, the ratio of two corresponding sides is equal to the ratio of their perimeters. We use radius for circles and heights for 3D objects. Similarly, the square of the ratio of two corresponding sides is equal to the ratio of the areas, and the cube of the ratio is equal to their volumes. The same goes for circles and 3D objects wherein we use radius and height. This is an example where ABCD is similar to PQRS. AB is 4 centimeters, PQ is 6 centimeters, and AD is 5 centimeters, and we need to find the length of PS. First, we look at which side corresponds to which. So ABCD is similar to PQRS, AB corresponds to PQ, BC corresponds to QR, and so on. We use AB and PQ, the two known lengths, to find the common ratio or the scale factor. So AB upon PQ is equals to 4 upon 6. Now we look at the side which corresponds to PS. PS corresponds to AD and AD is 5 centimeters. We equate the two ratios and we get that PS is equals to 7.5 centimeters. Similarly, we can use this ratio for areas and volumes as well. Congruency. In geometry, two figures or objects are congruent if they have the same shape and size. They also have the same area and perimeter. This is a symbol used to indicate congruency. The tests or conditions of congruency of triangles are SAS test, wherein two sides and the angle between them is equals. The second is ASA test, wherein two angles and the side between them is equal. The third one is AAS test, wherein two angles in the side next to them is equal. The fourth one is SSS test, when all the three sides of two triangles are equal. The fifth one is RHS test, wherein two right angle triangles, the hypotenuse is of the same length. So for example, if we take the AAS test, we look at two angles, that is angle A and angle B, which correspond to angle X and angle Y, and the side next to them, that is BC, which corresponds to YZ, and the two triangles are congruent by AAS test. Here we need to state the conditions for the above triangles. So first we look at the values that we have been given, that is two angles and one side. So now we know that there are two tests that are used here, that are possibly used here. So The next step here is to look at the order in which these are placed. So we can see that there are two angles and the side is between them and not next to them. So the condition used here is the ASA test of similarity of congruence. Another example, ABCD is a parallelogram. We need to prove that the triangles ABD and CDB are congruent. Now here we need to remember the properties of triangles and property of parallelograms. So AB is equal to CD by opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Angle ABD is equal to angle CDB. Indeed, triangles of parallel lines through a common transversal. And BD is the common line here. Therefore, ABD and BCD, CDB are congruent by the SAS test. To summarize what we've learned, we use scale factor to determine whether two figures are similar or not. Similar figures are same shapes, whereas congruent figures are identical. That is, they also have the same area and the perimeter is also the same. To check if figures are similar or congruent, we use their respective test, that is the conditions of similarity and congruence. The main factor similarity is congruent angles, and the main factor in congruency is identical sides as well as angles. So yeah, that is it. Hope you enjoyed the video.